This is BBC Radio Wales Drive.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Well, our top story tonight on Drive, more than 4,000 people given contaminated blood should receive immediate compensation of £100,000, according to the judge heading the inquiry into the scandal. Sir Brian Langstaff said there was a compelling case to make interim payments quickly. At least 2,400 people died after contracting HIV or hepatitis C through NHS treatment in the 1970s and 80s. Now, Bev Tumelty gave evidence when the infected blood inquiry held sessions in Cardiff. Her brothers Gareth and Hayden Lewis were given contaminated blood products to treat their haemophilia. Both men died in 2010. Bev joins me now. And Bev, I'd love to get your reaction to what the judge has said.
Oh, hi, Daniel. Thanks for speaking to us this evening. We're welcome the news, definitely, as a community that has been campaigning for years. We do treat it with a bit of caution. The infected living are definitely the priority for all of the campaigners, and we welcome those payments today. And hope they happen soon. But it does leave out some of the bereaved and parents who have lost children and siblings who have, lost brothers and sisters. So we just do treat it with a bit of caution, but welcome the announcement today, definitely.
And sadly, of course, you lost your brothers, as I said, so that would be the case with you. I guess this is a recommendation by the judge. What's next? To wait to see what the government says? Yeah,
absolutely. They say that they will consider very carefully Sir Brian's recommendations. That doesn't actually say that they, will pay out to other members of the community. It just says that they will carefully consider. And as you know, some very high-ranking officials have given evidence recently. Jeremy Hunt said, it was a failure of democracy. John Major was very disappointing, said that it was incredibly bad luck that people were infected. And Kenneth Clark, as ever, didn't hold any surprises with his evidence and just continued to defend himself and that there was no wrongdoing, which, we weren't surprised at.
I guess compensation is only part of this. Getting to the truth of what happened is as important, if not more. Has the inquiry revealed new information about what actually happened?
It has. I mean, lots of it was already known. Campaigners over the years, my brother Hayden and Gareth, being amongst many, did uncover lots of evidence and, things about papers being destroyed over the years, where the blood products were sourced from. They were pooled donors, paid donors as well, from very risky group of people, prisoners and drug addicts and things like that. And, blood donation should be an altruistic thing. It shouldn't be from paid donors ever. It just shouldn't.
Is that what happened in your brother's cases? They came to be treated because of their haemophilia?
Definitely. It was this, new treatment, factor 8, whereas before they had to have massive doses of frozen plasma, which had clotting factors in. So it was sold to them as this life-changing, life-saving new drug. But lots of the backstory was not given of where this new product was sourced from. It's literally one bottle of factor 8 is sourced from thousands of donors, and the products that were coming from America were seriously under par.
And victims and their families, and there are more than 4,000 surviving victims at the moment, victims and their family, they do get annual financial support. How far does that go? It's not, that's different from compensation, isn't it?
It really is. So initially, people who were infected in the early days with HIV were given what we call an appeasement payment of £20,000. And I think That was then in the days where HIV was a death sentence, and now it's considered a chronic illness and perfectly treatable, and you can live a long life with it. And now with the payments, it's basically they're drip fed appeasement. It's not, they still have to go and ask for these payments. They have to claim them. Whereas this is a lifelong condition affecting them. Lots of them gave up jobs and good careers because they had to, because they were so poorly. And if they were just, given a proper compensation framework, then they could live their lives out without fear or fret of worrying about their families or what was to happen,
And I can see giving evidence to the inquiry last year, the then Health Secretary Matt Hancock said, of course, compensation would be paid to victims and their families. I mean, he's not Health Secretary anymore. There'll be a new Prime Minister before long. Has the government given any indication about a timescale?
No. So the Robert Francis report, they still haven't commented. They haven't released their comments on it at all. So we're still waiting. And of course, Parliament won't be, properly active now until September. So we don't expect to hear anything in the August month anyway. So we will see.
The wait goes on. Bev, thanks so much for talking to us. That's Bev Tumelty from Cardiff on the recommendation of compensation for victims of the contaminated blood scandal. Time is 5:12.